What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of the BOTRUN. We have another 1000 ELO player, Hans. Hopefully he's not hiding anything. If you know, you know. 1e4, let's do it. Okay, Caro-Kann. d4. Now I think the other time we played a Caro-Kann in the spot run, we went for a Panov, which is my preference. Let's try an advance. Good to mix it up while the ratings are still somewhat low. I've always hated playing against the Caro-Kann, I've got to be honest. Though I don't enjoy playing it with black either. That and the French, those kind of openings, real closed positions, all these little pawn moves. It's not my favorite way of playing. Okay, so a bit of a weird move from black. Everything's been pretty much even. Alright, and that's another weird move from black. It just doesn't really threaten anything, even though it's getting a piece close to our king. Has no support. We can kick it away straight away, but there's also no rush. Just gonna look to develop my other knight. Okay, now that definitely changes things, because that knight now no longer has a safe escape square. Okay, now whenever you can take a knight like this, always just double check quickly that you're not getting yourself into any trouble. In this instance, we are absolutely fine, but it's just a good habit to have, particularly if your opponent can take your pawn back and open up the A or the H file. You can get into some trouble with queen still on the board. But in this example, it's just a free piece for sure. Let's try and undermine their good D pawn. Okay. Now I want to improve my dark squared bishop here, because he's currently just blocked in by my own pieces. And I probably want to improve my d2 knight as well. And I think one way to do that is actually just to develop the rook, x-ray the king, and maneuver that knight across to g3. Which is not an uncommon sort of maneuver in chess. Okay, that's a very weakening move from our opponent. That's really damaged the light squares in front of their king. And given that we've now x-rayed their king with our rook, we're happy to open up the file, try and get pawns off. And let's complete the improvement of this knight here. That is fine with us. We're happy to lose a knight and gain their bishop, and gain the bishop pair in doing so. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. We'll take on d5. And if they take back, hopefully you can all see we'll take back with the bishop. Okay. We will instead just count our blessings, pick up the extra pawn. That's a nothing move from our opponent. Okay. I do want to move this dark squared bishop at some point and bring the A rook into the game. Problem is, it doesn't have many great squares to develop to. I don't want to block my E rook is the thing. And queen hits f4. Every other square is controlled. And also just create this battery here with the queen and rook. And we will happily accept that trade again. Okay, now we can just take that pawn. But at the same time, we are much better in this game, and possibly there is the chance of a checkmate. Or at least the possibility of using some tactics, some forks, some skewers, some pins here. Okay, I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to finally get this bishop developed and bring out the other rook. Okay, that's a big mistake. This is a skewer. Okay, now we can obviously just take the rook, but it's always good to see if you can put more pressure on that skewer, or on the pin, whatever it is. And of course, if you can threaten checks, checkmates. Just lots of good moves here, to be honest. It's hard to pick one. I think just taking the rook here is fine, but I like that I took some time to look at other options before just going straight into it. And I think black just has enough defense around to stop any obvious mating nets. So we'll just simplify down, win another pawn. It's a very easy endgame to win, so there's no stress doing it. Okay, that's a blunder. Another skewer. Now I think the king actually could have just gone and attacked my rook. Yep, looks fine. And another tactic, a good fork, picking up the knight. Okay, and I think we're just about ready to go after the mate now. The knight's protected, so we're all good there. I'm just gotta be careful of our dark squares. Oh, we're gonna another fork even. Let's do that. There probably is a mating net in there, I think. The king is very close to running out of squares. just keeps having at least one. Okay, pretty easy game in the end. GG's, thank you, Hans. Let's check out the game review. .7 and play like a 1700. Not too bad. Lots of book moves to kick us off. Boring book moves. Boring opening. Do not like the Caracan. Okay, what did I miss here? Okay, fair enough. Great. That's interesting. Taking the knight isn't even best. Best, awesome. Yep. This is all pretty good. Nice. Yeah, okay. Nice. So many good skills in this game. I love it. And forks. Forks and skills, ahoy. Okay. I had a quicker mate, but this is nice, safe, simple way to do it. Awesome. Good game, all in all. Pretty happy with that. Next up, we are going to have Aziz. And we're going to have the black pieces. So, thanks for tuning in. See you then.